Today we will review Red Lobster Cheddar Bay Biscuit Mix. These biscuits bring back fond memories of previous visits to Red Lobster, so when I saw this mix on the shelf at my local Walmart for $2.64 before tax, I decided to pick it up. Now we'll review some ingredients here. First order of business will be some distilled water. I don't use tap water because I don't want the influence of any chlorine or other chemicals in my food. I want to taste the food. So we'll get that right in there. And now the recipe does call for a quarter butter to go along with the pouch of the garlic herb blend. That's supposed to go on after you cook the biscuits. You spread it on, but I decided to put the butter and the garlic herb blend in with the rest of the mix. Don't know why, I just decided to. It's 1/4 cup of butter, which as you can see is prepackaged in the way I have it here. I'm gonna microwave that for a few seconds to get it melted. Looks like we're gonna need about 1/2 cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. Of course, if you're not into cheddar, you can use a different kind of cheese. It's just gonna ultimately taste a little bit different than the product that is served at Red Lobster restaurants because they use sharp cheddar cheese. So we'll get some of that freshness opened up. Make sure I get a full 1/2 cup there. And I think we're going to start adding the actual Cheddar Bay biscuit mix. There's the bag of mix. And there's the garlic herb blend in the little silver packet. Like I said, that and the melted butter is supposed to be brushed on last. So if you want to do this the way that Red Lobster intended, you would do that. I decided to mix it all in together on this particular day. And there, in fact, is the garlic herb blend. By the way, these Milwaukee scissors are great. They're construction site scissors. I use them around the house all the time. In goes the butter. Officials at Red Lobster are probably saying right now, no, you don't make it that way. I was just curious how it's going to come out if I add the butter and the herb mix in with the biscuit mix. I was going to be taking these on the go with me on the road, so I wanted to try to contain all the ingredients in with the biscuit. That's why I did that. And I decided to use this little egg whipper, but that wasn't a good idea because the mix can get somewhat thick. And ultimately, I decided to abandon the little whippersnapper mixer there and use my own hands. Don't worry, I did wash my hands thoroughly before starting this process. Good hygiene is a must in the kitchen. In with the cheese. And get that mixed in well. Sorry about my elbow in the shot. Sometimes that happens when you're really getting into it. All right, there's my quasi doughish mix. And we'll have a look at the box once more. It says you get about 8 to 10 portions, but I make them a little bit large in this video, so I'm going to get less. All right. Now it says if you use about 1/4 of a cup of a doughy mix, you'll get about 8 to 10 portions. This is a little larger dish than 1/4 of a cup, and I fill it up pretty high. So, like I said, I'm not going to be getting 8 to 10. I'm making larger biscuits here. Now I've prepared my baking pan there with some aluminum foil just to ease on the cleanup afterwards. And I also obviously sprayed the little small container with oil so the dough doesn't stick to it while I'm working with it. It would probably be good to use a little ice cream scooper to portion these out on your pan when you're preparing them for the oven. And we'll see how many we can get on here. Okay, so we've got 6, and I got a little bit left over. And the reason why I kept that small amount, because I want to try to cook one of these biscuits in my mini noodle cooker and skillet, which actually I did afterwards, and it worked out just fine. You can find a video on the My Mini Noodle Cooker and Skillet on this channel. One of my favorite little on-the-go appliances. Alright, we're going to get these flattened out. The diameter is not that important, but the height or the thickness of them is going to be, because if they're of different thicknesses, they're not all going to cook at the same rate. By the time you take them out, some will be cooked more than others. So we try to get them the same thickness there. And the oven is preheated to 425 degrees, as noted by my finger and thumbs up. Let's get those little rascals in the oven. All right, we've got the oven illuminated on the inside so you guys can see what's going on. And approximately 16 minutes later, depending on the altitude in which you are baking these, because altitude does make a difference. We're at sea level here. All right, we've got some biscuits. Now, as I said before, this right here is the way that they say to use the butter in the herb mix. I put it in the biscuits. It may have affected the way that they ultimately turn out, but to show you about putting it on top, I heated up a little more butter and I put some Italian seasoning, just to give you an example. Now, obviously, the spoon way is not that great. You're much better off brushing it on. That way, you're getting a more complete coverage. So yeah, I would brush the mix on and do things the way that the box prescribed. And yeah, there are some Cheddar Bay biscuits, and they are very, very light and delicate, and they practically fall apart when you start putting pressure on them. Watch. Oh yeah, see, it just comes right apart. Tasty. And let me get another bite. Oh, can't leave that last piece. Oh yeah, sounds good. Oh, one more. Get it. There we go. Boy, that's delicious. Glad I picked these up. All right, so Red Lobster Cheddar Bay Biscuit Mix, final analysis. I was pleasantly surprised when I saw these in the store. Glad I brought them home, cooked them. When I got that biscuit in my mouth, sure did remind me of my last visit to Red Lobster. So if you like nice biscuits, I'd suggest picking up a box.